Alright, so if you're watching this video, I bet you have to use Photoshop for some reason now. It's not, maybe it might not be your forte, or maybe you're trying to upskill yourself. Honestly, Photoshop is not as intimidating as it used to be. It's way user-friendly now, and then they've made so many improvements. They've gotten rid of so many redundant things. Like what used to take me like 1 hour to do, you can just do it like in 5 minutes now. If you're not quite happy with most mobile editing apps, you might want to give Photoshop a try because you can just simply do more things with it. So yeah, let's hop right in. I've made 2 artboards over here with oranges in each artboard. What's going to happen is we're going to take the oranges on the right and then we're going to make it look like the oranges on the left. So if you take a look at on your toolbar on the left, these are the most commonly used tools in Photoshop, and these are the tools that we'll be using throughout the whole video. First thing you want to do is remove the background. So when I'm doing this, I would alternate between these 3 tools on your toolbar here on the left, and one of them being the Marquee Tool. So this is the simplest one. You basically make a shape and then you hide anything that's outside the shape, as you can see here. I think the orange on the right has the nicest looking like round shape, so this Marquee Tool would work the best on this orange. One of the cons of using this Marquee Tool is that you have less control. Like if I'm going to mask this orange out, it's going to be a perfectly circular orange. If that's what you want, then it's good. In this case, it's good because it's what I want. And then there's also the Lasso Tool here, which does the same thing, but now you have too much control. I guess it's good if you want to make blobs, if you're not like that to focus on the detail. One of my favorite things to use is the pen tool. The control is just nice. Just click anywhere, hold your click, and then pull if you want to make a curve and whatnot. We also have this magic wand tool. This is kind of nice. So all you need to do is just select an area in the background, and so Photoshop will automatically detect the subject of the photo based on how contrasted it is with the background. So yeah, you can control these things. There's a bar on top that says tolerance. So now it's not really doing a good job because it's not detecting the shadows as the background. So I'll have to bump up the tolerance up a bit more. It should ignore the shadows more, just like that. So although that works and it might be faster, it doesn't really do a good job at cleaning the edges. If you compare it to the one that we did with the pen tool, as well as the Marquee Tool, those are much cleaner. So I mean, this is easy to fix lah, not to worry. So typically I just like to bump up the contrast, smoothing, and then I would just pull the shift edge bar like just down a notch. And then there you go. It's cleaner than before, but I still prefer the pen tool most times. Oh, by the way, don't forget to give this channel a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'll give you like 5 seconds to do that. Alright, let's go. Alright, so now that we have all of our oranges ready to go, so let's start with the orange on the top right. I'm gonna use this orange because it has the most similar shape. And then I don't really want this nub to be here. To get rid of it, just go to edit on the top left, and then you'll find content aware fill, and just press that. A window will pop up. You get a preview of how the next image is gonna look like. So what it does is it just fills in that area that you selected with the area surrounding it. And it's using its own brain to just like hide that nub based on information that it has. And yeah, that's just done in less than 10 seconds. And now you have a complete orange. Let's move on to the orange slice. So for the orange slice, we're gonna take our cross-section orange from before and we're gonna cut it in half. And then now you get to use warp tools. So warping tools is nice because anything from a flat lay perspective or anything that's just nicely proportioned, you can edit it so that it looks like it came from an angle. So we're gonna like change this a bit. And then from there, we're gonna use the previous orange that we edited before. Align it behind the orange slice, and then just mask out any like bits that you don't want and try to match it with the old picture. And now that's like 2 oranges down, 2 more to go. For the third one, it's a bit easier. Just take the same cross section from before, just like warp it again, and then yeah, you do the same thing. So one thing I like about warping is that unlike distortion tools, where you are controlling the distortion through the corners, warping lets you also manipulate the image from points inside the image as well. So what I mean is, rather than pulling the image from the corner, you're also pushing it inside, from the inside, and then editing from the inside to make it look nice. So that's kind of a nice attention to detail. Yeah, the last orange is like a no-brainer. Just put a round ball there, it's done. And the next thing we want to do is just like Google up some orange leaves or any other leaf that looks like an orange leaf, and just like warp it again, place it on top of the orange. And then now we have something that kind of looks like the original photo. Composition wise, everything's the same, but something looks weird about it. It's like too flat. That's because they don't really have the right shadows compared to the first photo. And you do this with gradients. So Photoshop also lets you use gradients on top of an image. If you press this FX button, just select gradient overlay, and then a window will pop up. You'll be able to change the gradient color and stretch the gradient around, and see it corresponds with the orange in real time. So you can see it in real time. You even have a reference here in the window. Once you're done, press OK, and you can actually copy these settings into your other images. Just right click, press copy layer style, and go ahead and paste it to all of the other oranges. Just be sure to modify them a bit according to the reference. And there you go. It looks similar enough. Other ways to improve it is maybe you want to add some highlights on the oranges. You want to add more shadows at the bottom. But like for a basic kind of thing, this is enough. And it's just done in like, what, 15 minutes? So it just goes to show that like using Photoshop is just about knowing what the tools can do for you and where to put those functions in between. You don't really need to be good at the settings. That one you can practice it later on, but like definitely just understanding what each tool does, that's enough. So I hope you found this video very helpful. Please do give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.